Today we are talking about curiosity.
Spelled with an O,
Yeah.
no U in sight.
There's no U in the word curiosity. Thank you very much.
Gonna clear
Curiosity and curious are derived from two different Latin words. So
Yeah. You know what my favorite book was as a child? He
What?
was my favorite monkey. Curious George.
Ah,
he was a
very
very
nice.
curious
he
monkey.
was quite curious. I think that's why they gave him the name.
I like the man in the yellow suit.
I like
yeah.
I like his yellow hat.
Yeah, his yellow hat. He really stood out.
He was a good man.
He was.
I don't know how he got a monkey, but
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not, it's...
We don't question that.
Yeah.
he just got a monkey. So today we're going to be talking about the wider universe and the future and just broad topics such as that, which will spark hopefully a conversation in your life, or just spark some questions that you'll look up on Google later.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I don't know much about the universe, so these guys will teach me.
Andy, do your speech on neutron stars again. That was very good.
Okay. Neutron stars are, in my opinion, and the opinion of many astrophysicists.
Not my opinion. I'm not an astrophysicist.
Yes.
I'm an astrophysicist. Not my opinion.
Keep him in check, will you? So there's some of the most extreme occurrences in the universe. Neutron stars come from dying stars, okay? And as we all should know, stars use elements in their core to fuel their energy. And so what happens with neutron stars is they are dying stars, which as I said before, they're using all the elements within their core to fuel the heat, fuel the light, the luminosity of themselves. And it comes to a point where after they burn all the heavier elements such as helium and hydrogen, they have to go to heavier elements to burn them and fuse them together. But neutron stars, or any stars, they're not... When it comes to an element such as iron that's so heavy and dense, which they can't burn, that iron begins to accumulate in the core, right? And so instead of burning that, it keeps building up within the core, making it larger and larger until the core gets so big that the gravity of, the inner star overpowers the gravity that holds electrons and protons apart, right? So those protons and electrons are forced to collide together because the gravity of the core is so massive. And when they collide together, they result in a violent expulsion of neutrons, right? And so neutrons, when they burst out of this collision, they essentially evaporate or destroy the entire surface of the star, leaving just its core, and that is the neutron star. This neutron star is so dense that a grain the size of a sand particle would weigh as much as a skyscraper.
Thank you for that information that I will not need in the future.
As I was saying, the universe is full of many interesting and exciting things
Certainly.
that will really spark like a fire within you.
Of interest,
of intrigue.
Yes.
Essentially a search for knowledge will build up within your mind, and that's what we want.
And that's what we're going to talk about today. So just some things that will provoke you into researching further, or just leave you with an essence of
Oh, yeah.
When I look up at the universe, I see all these stars. I see how big, how small we really are, and I wonder, why are dogs furry?
What?
That's what I think
That is a
about.
good question.
Why are dogs furry? Why are
Evolution.
cats cats?
Evolution. It's just...
Why are cats not nice?
Well, it depends on
It's
what
subjective,
cat-
yeah.
Some cats are nice if you like a quiet companion.
Yeah. Some dogs aren't nice if you don't like...
Pit bulls.
Hey, pit bulls are great. What are you talking about? I like pit bulls.
You still owe me money, Garfield.
What?
What?
It's the thing about cats. Last week I was talking to Garfield. I bought him lasagna. He wanted lasagna, and it's been a week, and he still hasn't given me the money, the lasagna.
So how do you think the universe will end? There are a couple of different theories.
Yeah, I mean...
Like there's the heat death. There's
What's the heat death?
what other theories are there? at the end of the universe?
There's the exact opposite of that it'll end in a cold,
Oh,
starless...
What's the heat death?
starless
Can you
end as
explain
well.
to me?
The
what
heat
it
death
is?
of the universe is when, how temperature is the average kinetic energy of
Yeah.
all the particles in a substance.
Yeah.
So The heat death of the universe is theorized to be when every single particle in the universe reaches the same kinetic energy, and so there's no basis for anything to be created out of that because everything is the same temperature. You need some kind of energy, like difference. You need some kind of energy difference to actually create anything from matter. So the heat death of the universe will, might be when like every single particle in the universe reaches the same temperature.
Yeah. What's the bird death? What is that?
I mean, the bird death is the bird death. Oh yeah, it's not the bird death. It's the big freeze.
Which sounds just legitimate, to be honest.
Yeah. So I mean, at the rate that the universe is expanding, the heat is also dispersed throughout the universe. So I mean, if you think about it, if the heat is condensed into a certain place, but slowly, I guess moves away, slowly spreads out, is distributed throughout the galaxy, or I mean the universe. At one point, when the universe becomes too big and there's not enough heat to be distributed, it will be a little, cold, and then.
And that actually ties into the
cool.
heat death. But it's like the same kind of theory where every particle in the universe reaches the same temperature.
Exactly.
So there's no basis for any matter to be formed from that because you need a difference in temperature.
Yeah, and the big freeze also states that as the universe keeps moving apart, like elements that stars use to fuse together and create heat, they won't exist anymore in their proper amounts.
So which of these theories are most likely?
Well, then you have the big crunch too. So, if the average density of the universe was enough to stop the expansion, the universe would begin the process of collapsing in on itself. Eventually, all of matter and particles in existence would be pulled together in a super dense state, perhaps even into a black hole-like singularity. So instead of ripping apart, just boom, and then nothing.
And then the universe might just become a big black hole.
Yes.
Really?
Kind of thing. Yeah. Because that's what a black hole is, right?
Yeah.
It's like matter condensing so tightly that it just like sucks everything in.
I actually find that this thing interesting, that it presides over all science, that everything has an equal and opposite reaction. Take it from Newton's law of gravity or whatever. But, I mean, think about any event in the universe, whether it be black holes, neutron stars. Imagine a direct opposite of that occurring on, say, the other side, or perhaps in a different universe, galaxy, whatever. So black hole sucks in matter, perhaps a white hole that expels matter or something like that, right?
The infinite universe theory.
That's pretty fun too. That's pretty fun. So
Stephen Hawking thought it was a pretty good idea.
Yeah. So our
Wait,
universe
is that the theory where there's a universe for every single outcome?
Yeah.
So there's a universe exactly identical to this one.
Yeah.
Except in that universe,
the only difference may be that this table is shifted this
a
much.
millimeter to the left or
exactly.
the right.
Or the
And
change
there's
may be as big as
or a particular raindrop falls
in a different place.
This spot instead of
Exactly.
this spot, and that's just two completely different.
Exactly.
universes.
Or the outcome could be as huge and impactful.
Yeah,
I don't know, an
exactly.
alien race coming over and
exactly.
slaving us. But
So every possibility
outcome
that
has been accounted
exists,
for, yeah.
So you're saying there's a universe where I'm tall?
Yes.
No, likely not actually. Even though there's an infinite number of universes, there
You're
are
still
none in
not
which you're
taller
tall.
than
I believe I'm tall. You can't.
There's an
prove it
infinite
all.
number where you're tall, but there's also an infinite number where you're
Not
also
tall.
4 foot nothing.
That's so funny.
Is there a way of going to those universes?
Well, some people have theorized
Some people
that.
think black holes,
Black holes in the
wormholes,
oceans, wormholes, that kind of thing.
Isn't deja vu what's deja?
I'm pretty sure that's just a psychological thing.
But some people think that that's something happening in another universe.
It
Pretty
brings
sure
only meaning to procrastination too, because if you don't want to do something, then you can just say, well, I'm already doing it in infinite numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, your boss or teacher will likely not agree with you at that
No,
point, but
most
that's
likely not.
Yeah.
Okay, aliens.
What about them? What do you think?
Are they there?
What
Are
do
they
you
out
think?
there?
What do you think?
What do you
Matt?
I think they are. The universe is that
Do
big.
you think in forms like us, or you mean in bacterial, like bacteria?
I think they might be in forms of maybe
Intelligent?
they look like us, but smarter.
Oh, perhaps.
Maybe you're an alien.
Technically, we are all aliens because we did come from, space rock essentially, blasting in from an exploding star, and that's where
I see what you mean.
elements
Yeah,
come
yeah,
from.
of course.
Elements created in the bowels of a star.
Yeah.
And then
for sure.
when a supernova explodes, it expels all that matter, into the universe eventually.
That's pretty poetic to think about. I mean, each of us, I don't know, we
Each of us.
may feel insignificant in a world with 7 billion people, but the stars we look at through the biggest telescopes we've invented, those stars, elements of them are within us.
Yeah,
Think about it.
that's very good. And we are all made out of stardust.
Exactly.
Literally, it's very poetic.
Yes. I like that.
We're all made of stardust.
I recently, not recently, but a while back, I discovered that idea in a couple science fiction books. Terraforming.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you go to a planet that used to have an atmosphere that's somewhat similar to Earth, and with release of certain chemicals and gases, you can create an atmosphere like Earth's.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's a pretty interesting concept. I mean, it would take lots of time, lots of money, probably more than we have right now on Earth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's
Is there physical proof of alien life?
no.
There's no proof of life on any other planets,
No.
as far as we know.
But
But I
we're
mean,
confined within a
yeah.
solar system.
Yeah, exactly.
On the outskirts of galaxies. So.
Yeah. There are more stars in the sky than there are grains of sand on Earth.
On Earth.
Are you serious?
Isn't that poetic? Yes.
No. Have you counted
Wait,
that?
look, I expect you'll put space on this.
Yes.
Have you counted the grains of sand on the Earth?
I actually have.
Really? How long did it take you?
Like
Couple
a long
months.
time.
Just a couple months.
Yeah, just a couple months. Just
Well, like
one, two, three,
I count
four.
pretty fast.
Thanks for tuning in to the MAMCast.
We'll be back next time.
With more great knowledge to share. Oh, look, whoa.